Happy anniversary!
Thank you.
My gift to you. Okay, I have two questions for you.
Okay.
One,
Am I holding this correctly?
I believe so if you hold the clip down.
This is so fancy. First of all, W-Bay. Thank you. Happy anniversary to you.
Yeah. First question. Most memorable guess and why?
Most memorable.
You was thinking?
Okay, well, we're gonna say for the context of this conversation, and I go home with you for sure.
And why?
Because you're more than a guest. I feel like, again, you came up with the concept of these, which is cost effective and helpful, especially as we kind of like transition into this digital space. So it's like you're a guest, but you're also such a essential part of all of this and a great support. So yeah. But an actual guest, you're an actual guest. Damn, I really don't know. Because I can be extra. I can say shout out to my co Joey, because I believe he was our first guest ever. And that's when we started everything. I think he was like episode 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, you were. Damn, I don't know.
Well, the next question will be...
I love all of them.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it. What have you learned most about yourself through this process?
Okay, and I do want to say, because it's so difficult with my quote-unquote favorite guest, I am always grateful for people taking time out of their busy life just to support me and what I have going on and share their wisdom and their community. So I can't really think of one guest that I'm just like, oh my goodness, again, other than you, because all of the conversations were amazing and also helpful for me depending on the season I was in life. So truly shout out to all the guests that have supported, because their wisdom and insight have been very helpful. Your question, can you say the question again?
What have you learned most about yourself through this process?
Ooh, what have I learned most about myself? I think an often reminder that I can do anything I put my mind to. I feel like I was thinking the other day about like just these different lives that I feel like I've lived with like different performances and trying different things. And when I think about it, I get a little stressed and anxious because I'm like, well, who was she? But like, she was me. So yeah, the fact that I can do anything I put my mind to, and the power of conversations, like conversations we use in our relationship within each other, but also when we listen to really dope conversations. And so I think conversations are important. So I don't know, I learned that I meant to be here. I learned that my voice mattered. I learned that not just with potting, but with sound healing therapy, all the things that like, it is a blessing to be a blessing to others and help people heal and support them on their healing journey. So yeah, I learned that I'm that girl. I learned that I feel like I am one of God's homies for real. So I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah. Is that
Anything else to say to you?
No, this is, we're doing videos, y'all. We're doing videos, and as of right now, we are post the soft landing for this specific weekend. I don't know when this is gonna drop, so yeah, thank you. I feel like I don't feel like where I want to be, but the fact that we've elevated to videos with potting, and it's about to be 5 years. Your girl is licensed, so we're moving through different therapy things, and we launched our first offering, and we've been going, this is the 3rd month now. So I'm grateful on where my feet are, and I pray that God continues to be at the center and bless what I got going on and bless what God feels like they want me to do. And I pray that you continue to be by my side and support me, because I wouldn't have got this. I don't even know what this is. So yeah, you look like your hand's hurting. Well, thank you for tuning in, and thanks for the questions, bae, and happy 5 years. It went down the wrong pipes. This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Get back. You don't know how to be. Girl, please.
Why are you laughing?
I have no idea how, let's back up. No idea how this like vlog is gonna even come about, but it is October 4th. We are about a month away until our anniversary, and I'm excited. It has been a long time coming. Okay, we're about to hit 5 years. I'm so proud of you, girl. And you're gonna see this in another 5 years, and I just want to say I'm so happy you didn't give up on yourself, on your dreams, on your intentions, on your podcast, and that you gave it a try. You know, you gave it a try. And so yes, we are recording 2 solo episodes right now. A little update. We finally figured out how we're gonna go about our like guest interview with like microphones and setups and things like that. And so I'm excited about that. I just wanted to check in. I don't know where we are in this vlog or how I'm gonna put it together, but the whole point is just some different snippets on this journey. And so yeah, an opportunity to just document the journey and look back on it. So gonna record the 2nd episode. Okay, I have no idea how we're going about this vlog, but guess what, we have an update. We're trying this out as an option for mics for now, you know. Point of view, today is, what is it, Thursday? A few days before our third it's one offering, but our 3rd time with the offering. It's the 3rd time for the soft landing. So yeah, again, I don't know where this vlog is gonna go, but I'm just letting you guys know that there's her. Okay, bye. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Shots of Serenity podcast. I am your host, Jasmine St. John, and this is a beautiful space to land where we explore ways to welcome peace and love into our lives through mindfulness, soul care, and self-exploration. First of all, happy anniversary, SOS, okay? Happy anniversary. 5 years is crazy, okay? First off, if you are listening, there's a video component, okay? Are we on camera? Are we on camera? We're definitely on camera. Wow. Okay, so yes, there's a video component. We still got our audio, all the beautiful things. If you are listening to our audio, please also check out our video component, as we had like a nice little montage at the beginning, and we're on YouTube now. And so it'll be very appreciated for support and all the things. I'm so happy and excited that I didn't even ask you guys, how are you doing? How are you genuinely doing? Did I even say that this is a beautiful space to land? Did I say all those things? I don't even know. Anyway, how are you feeling? If this is your first time listening, we love to start each episode off by asking, how are you doing? And if you're a returning listener, thank you so much for supporting and being here with us, especially as we celebrate 5 years of trying, being intentional, evolving, most importantly, learning. Super excited. I want to give a few announcements. At the time of this recording, it's November. We have the soft landing this month as well. This will be the 4th month, which is kind of wild. We started in August, and we'll talk a little bit more about how I feel about that and what that's been looking like as we get into the conversation. So the intentions for today is to kind of reflect on how we got here and the importance of starting with what you have. So I still wanted to have a little bit of reflection, have a nice little montage type of moment on our journey towards creating a video component, as well as some tangible tips to take on with you, some reflection pieces, some think pieces as well. As mentioned, this has been 5 years in the making. And I'm sure I can identify and point out what I want to fix, what I don't like. Even before recording, I told Bae, hey, we need some monitors so I can see myself. Sweetie, you just got the video. You don't see yourself right now. Look, and you'll be all right, okay? But still, can I get a monitor? Anyways, this started off from a moment of boredom, really, and a desire to get a little bit uncomfortable, especially considering the season I was in within the last 5 years. If you are a new listener, or maybe if you have not listened to our prologue or our first few episodes, I have been someone that has always been a part of something my entire life. Something club related, something sports related, something dance related. And a lot of that stopped after high school, which happens to a lot of us considering the stage of development and that life transition. So I think before the actual podcast launch, I did a pageant in college. And that was probably the closest thing to like performance or being on stage that I've had. One, because it was my first pageant. I've never done a pageant. And it had a dancing component. It had a dancing component as well as like a poem. And we had to memorize a lot of like choreography. We had to memorize a lot of scripts. We had to answer questions, all the things. So it was very much so tapping into your creativity, tapping into the liberal arts. And then I'm like, okay, well, now I got to get my degree, and then I got to go to grad school, and then there's adulting. And so at that time, I was listening to podcasts. I feel like podcasts were starting to get back really popular because kind of like YouTube, they've been around for some time, but like if I don't know if I'm telling my age, but if you knew YouTube before, YouTube was not vlogging and all the things and streaming and all that stuff that it is now. YouTube was around for a very long time before people actually started watching it and like uploading and all the things. And so it went from that to now I'm in grad school. Now I'm getting a little bit more comfortable utilizing my voice. And it went into almost like digital journal entries and like lessons and life experiences, especially while starting navigating and studying for what now is a career. And to now, we're looking at this from a business standpoint while still maintaining the intentions, right? Quote unquote, upgrading, having a video component so that way our voice is being shared with new listeners, connecting to new people in hopes of establishing a community. We went beyond podding, right? As I mentioned, we have finally launched our in-person offering, the Soft Landing, which, if you don't know, it's an intimate space where we have meditation, sound healing, some gentle movement, breath work, and community. And that also has been new and interesting as well, because although the offering comes from a heart space and the podcast comes from a heart space, I'm coming to the understanding that it's still a level of business because it is an exchange of service. Somebody has to market. And I didn't go to school for business. And I am not someone that's like, hey, support me. Look at what I have going on. I kind of like to just do things because I felt led to do stuff. And so, like I said, now we're in a space of like, this is a level of production. This is a part of the media industry. This is an extension of me being in the wellness space. And all of it is overwhelming, but exciting at the same time. And so one of the first points that I want to highlight is start with what you have, because time is going to pass regardless. These 5 years went whether I posted one episode or not. We're technically in our like 200s, and maybe around year 3, I think I had a lot more breaks and time in between. So although we're celebrating 5 years and we're already at 200 episodes, which is an amazing milestone, technically because the time passed anyways, we probably could have been at like close to the 300s. And so I'm saying that to say that part really doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that I started. What mattered is the fact that I haven't gave up on myself. What matters is that I stayed true to my intentions, and I'm not going to act like it was easy or there wasn't times where I'm just like, let's not do this. A little bit about the video component. If we're being honest, I was invited to do the videos for maybe about a year or two now, but I felt like, one, it was uncomfortable. It was new. I didn't know about the technicalities. And knowing me, there's a level of like, well, if it doesn't look like this or it's not on this caliber, I don't want to just put it out just to put it out. And that's not how life works, right? We all have to start somewhere. There is no monitor now, but best believe there will be. You know, it's a team of 2 now, but best believe, you know, with God's alignment and however many people God wants me to have on this team, there will be a team. And I truly believe that to be true. And so because I don't know the ins and outs, I'm still going to show up. There are days where I don't want to, or there are days where it doesn't feel good at all, or I'm questioning myself and all the things. But yeah, I really was running away from this video component for a long time. And honestly, we can have the same conversation about the soft landing, which I've talked about in other episodes before as well. Another thing that I realized is that I felt like if I did the video component and if I started looking at this podcast like a business, then it may actually bring me closer to my goals, which is scary. Even though that's the point, that then means what is required of me will be different. I can't be the same version of myself that I was before to be able to show up for this. And I'll be very honest, that's still very difficult. I don't know what that looks like. It's very scary. Why am I always so emotional? Especially as it relates to like the first couple of episodes. The reason why I decided to do this in general is like this very underlying theme of self-doubt. Even though I've done a lot, I've experienced a lot, I've overcame a lot, and not in the sense of like stress, I mean that too, but more so uncomfortable, difficult things. Like I was the youngest in my class in high school, right? And that may not be that big of a deal, but it's a lot of pressure when you're young and you're trying to graduate at like 16. And I know there's a lot of people who also have that story, but it's just a little example of like, I've been in uncomfortable positions before. I've been seen as maybe an underdog, and maybe not to other people, but at least to myself. But yet I still pushed through. Yeah, I still figured it out. And trying to take that with me, that is that same girl, and we got this. So I kind of went into my second point for my third point, that the unknown and doubts are a real thing. But what I've understood is that God will not put something on your heart for no reason. I have no idea what's ahead, but I want to at least say that I tried, that I showed up, especially because my intentions is never to be like famous and out there and all the things, especially because I have a big personality, but I'm a homebody. I like my home. I like my space. I like my close-knit people. I'm a very low maintenance friend, kind of. Low maintenance in the sense where we don't got to go out and do a lot, but I may require a lot emotionally because we're crying already. But yeah, that was another lesson which we kind of just talked about. Another thing that kind of comes up for me, especially within the last 5 years, that I think can also be resonant to you, is to use your resources. If you don't know, again, if this is your first time listening, and I know I'm saying that a lot, especially now that we have this video component, I am in the office that I work in. I've been working here for about, I don't even know, 4, maybe going on, maybe not 5, maybe 3, 4 years now. This is the same space. Granted, I believe in alignment, so it happened as soon as it needed to happen. But when we first started this, I wanted to be in a studio space. I wanted to have a different setup and all the things. And those aren't bad wants and desires. And I'm not saying that that won't be a thing, because as I bring on different guests and all the things, there is going to be different studios and different settings that need to be created in addition to this. But I'm not there right now. I'm right here. And so using this as a resource. My other resource is my partner. And I know that like it's probably like a trauma response for her, but she's gonna figure it out. She's very much a research babe. Granted, she is a Sagittarius sun. She's a Capricorn, I think rising, right? Capricorn rising. She's a Virgo moon. And so like the practicality, the research, the trying new things, the getting to it is just a part of her makeup. And I'm so thankful for her, because even before me and her got in a relationship, I've never thought of me being in a business space. I never thought that far. And so with that being said, she kind of keeps me grounded and reminds me we can budget for this space, but you got a lot going on right now. We got a lot happening in fall. We got birthdays, we got vacations, we got our anniversary, all these things. What if instead of prolonging or feeling like you have to be at a level 10, what if you start with what you have? And so there's that aspect. There was her researching and seeing what type of different microphones can work, because I have the same microphone from the 5 years ago when we started. But of course, that I won't say that it doesn't translate into this new space, because it can. But it just has a lot more technicalities, and I'm still trying to figure it all out. But I'm emphasizing these things because you don't have to have it all together. You have to just start, so that way you're able to learn, evolve, create, and all the things. Another thing is how I've budgeted and acquire certain things along the way. a part of this setup that's been helpful are like these 2 box lights that I got maybe like 2-3 months ago, and the stand for my tripod that I got for Christmas, a camera that my partner already had. And so really and truly, the only new thing that we got is a microphone. We already had SD cards, all the things. And so I'm really emphasizing this and staying on this topic because I'm sure you have something. There's somewhere where you can go rent something. There's a friend, a family member that has something. There's a way for you to get little things throughout the time so you're not spending all this money up front. It is possible and it is available. It is scary. It is difficult. It is new, but it's also possible. And so this leads me to my last point. Plan, but allow it to flow. And so we started planning the soft landing event as well. Well, we started planning the video component for the podcast in the beginning of summer. And the soft landing event has been a thought of mine for the last few years. I had an approach and a plan specifically for the video, but not only did it not play out the way that I thought it was, and that's okay, but it played out exactly how it needed to be. I had like these dates by how many episodes I want to get done before summer was over, and these things that I want to get done before the anniversary, and had these very specific goals, which were still attainable, but life happened and they did not play out that way. But yet we're still here. We still landed here, which is the goal regardless. Same thing with the soft landing. I think I've kind of shared what I wanted it to be, but I guess I won't share again because we're still going to get there and I want to make sure that I keep my idea alive. But I will say that it was on a quote unquote larger scale and it was outside. Whereas now we have 2 sessions that allows about 5 people each. So it's intimate. It's also inside, but it's also a beautiful place to start because how are you going to handle something big without being able to start off with something smaller and medium size? I can also say though, without the plan, I had no idea of how my vision was going to unfold. And it made it difficult to execute because it seemed out of reach. It seemed very anxiety provoking to think that we can have this recording. But even as I'm talking, it feels very natural. It feels very fun. And all the stress, anxiety that, serve this purpose does not matter right now. And so that's the last thing that I want to leave you with. Allow yourself to plan so that way you can see your vision. You can see your intentions, and you have that practicality aspect of it. You have that structure, that direction, but also allow God to blow your mind, allow flow to come in. And sometimes I over explain, but I want to be very clear about not procrastinating and being like, well, I plan, we're going to see what happens. No, we still got to do the work. We still got to plan and take the steps. We still got to try. We still got to mess up and try it again. I have no idea how I'm editing this, but that's not what we're on right now. We got the recording, we got the setup, we got the tools and all the things. So yeah, y'all, I am very thankful that this is our first recording, but also the start of something new. I ask that God continue to be at the center of this and that God puts their hands on wherever I'm supposed to go after this. But I am grateful. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, if you are listening to our audio, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Everything will be in the show notes and vice versa. If you are catching us on YouTube, please support us on the podcast. Leave a review. Leave a message, follow us on social media, all the things. We appreciate the support. And then the people be on YouTube saying like, comment, subscribe. Please do that for me as well. I greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys next episode. Namaste.